Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our presentation. Today, we're going to present our final project. Our team members are Daniela Flores, Vanessa Monreal, and Rebecca Vargas. We hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. Now you can see the table of content, which shows the main topics that will be explained and covered throughout this presentation.
I will now talk about the event definition. For this event, we will host and organize the grand opening of Mirch Restaurant. Mirch Restaurant is a new concept of fast food in which it is a mix of high quality focus, great service, and it is located in Carrer de Angles, Barcelona. Ivan is a very recognized chef. He is son of Naf Surinder, that is also a very, very recognized Indian food chef in all Spain. We'll have 250 people in this event. They are only adults and they're Ivan's and Daniel's family and friends. We will have a plated service and the event will start at 7:30 with a welcome drink. At 8:30 we will have a toast, and after this toast we will proceed serving dinner. For the first course, as a starter, we will serve a Caesar salad. As a main course, we will serve a chicken pasta, and as a dessert, a key lime pie. When dinner is over, the guests are welcome to interact with the other guests that are not seated at their tables. And after that, we more or less think that the event will be over at 11:30. For decor purposes, we would like to stick a lot with the Indian mood colors. Like the Indian flag, we will have saffron, white, and green all over, and with some accents of mud and soil as colors also, because we think that Tandoor already has that Indian feel to it. So also because Mirch is an Indian restaurant also, fast food, it comes along with the purpose of all of these decorations. Now I'm gonna talk about the customer profile. All of our guests are friends and family of Daniel and Ivan. Our guests are people from Spain. The range of ages varies from 27 to 65. This event is adults only. And a very important aspect of the customer profile is that most of Daniel and Ivan's friends are very well educated people in the hospitality and the restaurant management, as well as catering management. They are very well-known business people, high class. They live in a very privileged area in Barcelona, and that means that they will analyze a lot this event. One of the aspects that is very important in our menu is that we have a menu, very simple menu. And why is this? We talked with Ivan and Daniel, and they really wanted something simple and special because they are all day in the kitchen and with all of these ingredients and all of these plates, as well as all of their friends. And at the end of the day, they like simple things. That's why we created this mostly very simple menu. These friendships Ivan and Daniel made are from school, from when they were studying cuisine and in as a career. So we will sit all of these people with Ivan and Daniel, and we will sit their families together because they are very, very good friends between their families. There are no religious people in this event, and so we could consider special meat or cooking methods. There are no vegetarians, so there will be no vegetarian plates. And most of our guests are married, so we will sit each couple together in the same table with other couples and the singles with the singles.
Now we're going to present to you the menu for our event. As you can see, we chose to design the menu color blue, since we looked at Tandoor colors and they are blue, pink, yellow, and orange. Also, you can see the menu is very simple, because we think simplicity is the key to brilliance. Also because this event is for business people and very wealthy people in Barcelona, so we want to make it as elegant as possible. The menu shows the dishes that will be served during the event, the ones Daniel explained before. Also, it shows the drinks that are going to be explained in a few next slides in the beverage order section.
I'm going to start talking about the technical sheet. The technical sheet will serve us to see a summary of this plate. It will help me to explain all the ingredients and the process to carry out the Caesar salads. The first plate on the menu is the Caesar salad. We chose this plate because it's a typical one. Everyone likes it and it's healthy. The presentation is nice. It looks fancy. And it is delicious. The type of group of this plate is a starter, and the rations are for 250 people. Then we can see all the ingredients that the Caesar salad have. These are little. You only need 8 ingredients, and these are anchovy, black pepper, croutons, garlic, olive oil, Parmesan cheese, Roman lettuce, and salt. Then we can see the preparation for the Caesar salad. It's very easy. You only have 7 steps, and it's very not complicated. Also, at the end of the chart, we can see the difficulties of the preparation to avoid it and make the plate right and good. Then we can see the recipe costing. This will help me to explain the cost control and the management for this menu, in this case the Caesar salads. First, I put the ingredients for the Caesar salad, then the unit that are kilograms, and then the ordering amounts, which it's easy and fast because it's only one for each ingredient. Then the price per ordering amount, we can see that it's cheap. The anchovies are the only ingredients that are expensive. Then we can see the losses. These losses are minimum. There are only losses in 3 ingredients that are garlic, Parmesan cheese, and lettuce. So, in conclusion, the recipe costing for the Caesar salad, we can see that it is not expensive. For one Caesar salad, you spend 3.24 euros, and the final cost for 250 salads are 811 euros.
For the main course, we chose to do a chicken pasta. And when we were talking to Ivan about the main course, he told us that the first plate he learned to do was chicken pasta. So we thought it was a nice thing to commemorate the plate with his great project of his new restaurant. This chicken pasta has 12 ingredients for its preparation, and the total cost for all the 250 guests for this chicken pasta is 880 euros.
Now, talking about the technical sheet of the key lime pie, you can see also this is a typical dessert, but we're trying to keep this night as traditional as possible. The presentation for this plate is going to be the one you're seeing in the screen right now, which is a slice of the lemon pie served with slices of lime and whipped cream. The ingredients for this recipe are very simple and very easy to get. Also, the steps are very self-explanatory, so I'm not gonna get into that stuff. However, I would like to point out that it's very important to let the pie chill for 3 hours, otherwise it won't come out. And also, when it's time to decorate, we need to do it slowly. Now, moving on to the recipe costing, here you can see a very detailed explanation of each ingredient, its ordering amount, price per ordering amount, loses, value, quantity needed, and unit price. Nonetheless, I believe there's no point on explaining each ingredient and how much we need, because what we really need to be looking at is the total and the final cost this is going to represent for our event. So I'm going to go ahead and share that number with you, which is 2,362.37 euros. This is the final cost that it's going to cost to serve key lime pie to 250 people. Now it is time to talk about the beverage order. In the screen you can see a chart which shows the type of beverage that will be served during our event, which are beer, white wine, red wine, champagne, water, both still and sparkling, and coffee. Also, it shows the number of servings each beverage has, which are the ones we discussed and talked about in class, about how much milliliters each bottle of wine has, and also about the water and the beer, the same. And also, the next column shows how much we're going to be buying for our 250 people. This chart was very helpful in order to determine how much it was going to cost for us to serve all these kind of drinks during our event. Also, you can see it's very high since it's 5,918.5 euros. This is because we're going to be serving champagne and not just any kind of champagne. We're going to be serving the best, which is Moet, because we do believe it's very important for the owners to do a toast with their guests. It's nice. It's a way of honoring their new business, their new restaurant, and also the success they want to have in the future. So that's why we chose champagne, and also everyone loves champagne, and it's something that puts everyone in a good mood. Now, moving on to the banquet event order, I would like to start by mentioning this document is very important, helpful, and key in order to have success in terms of organization. This document contains contact information, schedule, F&B arrangements, room setup, audio visuals, terms and conditions, and the signature lines. The schedule part shows how much guests we're going to be expecting for our event, which in this case are 250 people. Also, the F&B arrangements are very important because in case we have a guest which has food allergies, we should include it in this document. That's why I said it's very important. Nonetheless, in our case, we checked with all of our guests. We emailed them personally, and none of them have food allergies. So we're clear on that part. That's why we didn't include any of this. The room setup that is going to be followed, and it's specified in this document, is banquet style. We're going to have 25 tables of 10 people each. The seat arrangement, we decided to do it randomly. We discussed this with the owners because we think it's a great way for people to get to know new people and have more social and business networking. Moreover, during this event, we're going to be showing some slides of pictures of the owners, of the construction of the new restaurant, of the meetings the owners had. So that's why we included audio visuals in this document. Also, we're going to show slides about the sponsors that helped build and create this new restaurant merge.
We are going to talk about the checklist. The checklist is a list of each of the tasks to be carried out, framing a period of time. In it, we mark the tasks to be carried out. We make a checklist so that nothing is missing from our event. This event checklist is divided in sections. The first section that we are going to talk about is the preparation before the request for the proposal. This is everything that we need to do before give the proposal of the event to the clients. We put a check in every box that we think necessary, like the F&B specifications draft, the budget, the menu and catering policy receive, etc. Then we are going to talk about the second charge. This chart is about the proposal review. Here, we are going to check if everything is all right, like the cancellation policy, the payments policy, the surcharge, like the taxes, the insurance, etc. Then we are going to check everything that we need to do before signing the contract. I mean all the stuff that involves the contract. Then the registration. Then in here, we're going to check if the register is okay, the payment method is okay, and the setup master account. We need to see if everything works alright. Then we need to verify the 30 days of the arrival. In here, we're going to check if everything is okay to do before the event, if there are any complication at all or not. To review the timeline to confirm the catering contract, the ordering decorations to see if everything is okay. And finally, we check the write-up after the event. Giving thank you letter for came to the event to hear all opinions, what go wrong and what goes right during the whole event.
Okay, now I'm going to explain the event timeline for our event very briefly and very general. First of all, I would like to point out this document is very useful, very helpful in order to keep the event planners well organized in order to carry out an event, because this timeline shows very concisely the tasks that must be completed and the dates that they must be done. So I believe this is very, very useful. Every event planner should make this timeline in order to not forget anything, because sometimes when we're rushing into things and we're all humans, we can forget things. So I believe this is a great way to keep an event organized, since it's divided by 3 different time frames, which are 4 to 6 months prior to the event, 90 days prior to the event, and 14 days. In this last one, I believe it's the most important one, because when we are 2 weeks before the event, everything must be completed and must be done. So if something is not completed, this is when we need to hurry and make everything in order to complete the task that is pending. Nonetheless, in our case, 14 days until the event and prior to it, everything is completed. As you can see, it's marked with a yes. And here you can see very general what we did and how we divided the responsibilities. Some of the responsibilities relied on Daniela, some of them relied on Vanessa, and some of them relied on me, Rebecca. Thanks to a very well organization, we were able to carry out this very professionally and in the way it's supposed to be done.
In this slide, we present to you our final budget. The most important, if you can say, cost in this event is the food and beverage that occupies 39.89% of the total cost. The food and beverage represent 9,972 euros. In second place, we have the restoration rental, that is 2,400, that represents 9.60% of the total cost. With all of that said, and as we can see here, we have with the total sales and total cost, we have a total cost of 15,698.89. That represents 62.80%. And as a gross margin, we have 37.20%. Here we present our income and expense breakdown. In terms of raw material, we see that our sum of cost is 2,196 euros, and more than half of it, 68.85%, it's represented by our operations daily. In operations daily, we have our 18 waiters that will be attending this event. Our restoration staff, some 630 euros. And we did not use any outsourcing, so that was good for terms of expenditures.
Finally, we have the event planning agreement. This contract is a written document that reflects the obligation and responsibilities assumed by our company. It starts with the date that is being signed and is being effective, this document, by the client and the planner. The first part is about the date that it is June 12th, and the event description that it's organized the whole event. The second part is about our duties as a company. I mean, the services that we will give during the event. There are rent of the local, check the menu, decoration, etc. The third part is about the payments. This says that the client will pay 25,000 euros for the services, and we are going to get the 30% for all the labor, and finally the balance due will be of 15%. The fourth part is about the cancellation. The client can do it within 180 days prior the event date, and will have an entire to 15% for the refund. But if the client cancels 30 days before, it will be not an entire refund. And then we have more rules by the Spain law. The number 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Finally, the parties agree the terms and they have to do their signature, the client and the planner. They have to sign, they have to put who signed, and the date.
Thank you so much for your attention. We hope you enjoyed our presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We will be pleased to answer them.